Hey, wonderfuls. Welcome back to another episode of Helpers High by me, Tiffany. Episode 25. Whoop, whoop. It's called Funding Our Purpose. Lately, there's been a lot of discussion with people in general that I know, just saying random things like, what are we actually doing, right? And I keep on coming to you with different variations of what are we actually doing. But living our purpose cost. You ever realize how everybody wants purpose, but nobody wants to pay the cost of it? Like, there's consequences, there's sacrifices, there's things that have to be done in order for you to truly live in your purpose, right? Because the chances are that if you are soul searching, that means that you really haven't identified your actual purpose. I would say, for the most part, if we're here listening to podcasts and trying to find out more about ourselves and other people and how life works and things to distract us and all of the reasons that people listen to podcasts, just in terms of education to themselves, that the chances are that none of us are actually living out our purpose. Now, I may be wrong about that. I there's no poll or tally or anything that we've done, but let me just say again, living our purpose, it costs. Not just money, not just time, but comfort, ego, and sometimes the people around us who act like they want the best for us, but they really just want us to stay in the lane that we've always been in, right? Continue doing and showing up the way we always have for them. It's hard to grow when people around you don't want you to. And that's why I keep on saying it's so important to continue to surround ourselves with people who mean the best for us. Now, if you're constantly surrounding yourself with energy takers, again, our progress will be slowed by that. So, putting ourselves in the right places, putting ourselves in the right company will matter. But before we go any further, let's talk about what our purpose even looks like, because there's been some conversation with purpose versus gift. So I want to be very clear that I am not causing added confusion to what this actually means as you continue to show up in soul search and seek out life's greater answers for yourself. Interestingly enough, some of us are chasing it without even realizing that we probably already brushed up against our purpose. The tool you have to serve your purpose is your gift. Your gift is what comes natural to you. That thing that you can do with ease when other people are like, how did you even do that? Or you may hear a lot of thank yous for something that you thought was so simple. They're like, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying the right words. Thank you so much for being by my side. But if your gift is to comfort, is to bring some type of peace to others, then it may have seemed like you weren't doing much work at all. But the people around you who might have been on level 10, your calming voice, your soothing tone, the way that you were poised and completely dedicated to them, they may think that that was huge. It's your gift. To them, it looks like, oh my God, I'm so grateful that you were here. And to you, it looks like, where else would I be? Does that make sense? Okay. So let's dig in a little bit deeper and then I'll continue to explain. So people are giving you compliments and you're like, no, it's okay. No big deal. Right? It's your natural ability. I would call it your built in magic. Yeah. So maybe it's speaking, creating, leading, healing, building, designing, organizing things for people, connecting people to something, writing. There's so many ways that gifts appear to someone. So whatever lights you up and flows effortlessly without you having to do much and not understanding why other people are so amazed. That's probably the gift that you have. Okay. Now, that tool, your gift, has been given to you for a purpose. That's what we're talking about today. What is my purpose? There's most of you who have many gifts. We would even say that some people are super talented. It looks like different things, but it's truly just tied to your purpose. So it's the impact that you're supposed to make through that gift is our so what. So your gift is the how, and your purpose is the why. The biggest thing to remember is when you are living in your purpose, your gift starts to work for you. Again, people see it most often. You come off as amazing. When you think of famous celebrities, great singers, and so forth, do you think it's hard for them to sing? They've probably been singing their whole life. This is not about needing training and brushing up on your skills and doing the work to get it out there. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the effortless note that they make, where, first of all, I don't even know what E flat sounds like, if that makes sense. To them, it's effortless. You want E flat, they give you that range. That's the gift, right? I can sing. It's not about showing off what you can do, but showing who you were meant to be. So, for example, someone's gift might be storytelling, for example, right? And their purpose is to help others or maybe heal through truth. It's still storytelling. They may not be somebody that you see on stage. They can even be an author of a book. They can be a high school teacher. They can be a guidance counselor. They can be a career coach. They can be a podcaster. Their gift is storytelling. Now, the purpose is to help others through truth. They have to use their gift in spaces that allows them to do that. So you were born with gifts. I was born with gifts. We were all born with gifts. But purpose is what happens when we point them in the right direction. So they say our purpose is the things that we do with ease, right? That lights us up inside, that energizes us. And it's interesting because sometimes you realize that the thing that lights you up the most is probably something that you avoid the most. And that's interesting, right? It feels natural, it's not forced. And we can do it tired, broke, heartbroken, or halfway asleep, and it would still put joy in all of us. Now, I will say, when you have your gifts and you're using them, when you're using them, if it's still not energizing you, that just means that you're close to your purpose, but you're not truly on it. So I go back to that example that I gave with storytelling. If storytelling is your gift and you are supposed to be an author, but instead you're doing podcasting, it may fulfill you temporarily, but you will still want to write that book because that's your purpose in life. Your purpose is to write about it, not necessarily speak it. It's deep, right? I know. Okay, we'll catch up. But here's the thing, just because it comes easy doesn't mean that it's free. It still requires work, it still requires effort. We still have to fund our purpose. We have to put ourselves in places that challenge it, that stretch it, that allow us to grow. So I remember the first time that I really chose to fund my own purpose. I might even say that I was terrified, but I don't think I was, which is another problem. I need to find these spaces that will make me uncomfortable. And I think that that's truly been my challenge because I'm a soul believer that you are where you're supposed to be. So have not been truly scared to be certain places. And I've been some places that most people would be scared. Scared. Okay. But No, I'm talking about truly like in a place where you feel that kind of fear taking over, but you understand that your reason for being there. Oh, I said that out loud and I actually thought of a time when. So, where you were just supposed to be there. Things around me, this is now I'm going back to New York, where things around me, there was a lot of chaos in school and turmoil and things were happening. And there were fights that were breaking out all the time. And this one particular day, I say this now, and I wasn't going to tell you guys about the story because I didn't know that I thought about it. But there was this one particular day that it's like, it's like the last week of school in high school in New York. And that's a big deal, right? Like everybody's feeling themselves. They're about to graduate. They're about to leave. They're about to go to their summer job. They're about to whatever, have 2 months break, however you come up with what made people excited. But my girlfriend was getting robbed. I kid you not, in school. And we were walking and we didn't know that somebody had held her back. And she got her earrings snatched. Oh my God, my life. Who does this? And she snatched them back and she ran and she was running towards me yelling, Tiffani. Now, mind you, it was like 6 girls, and now it's me, my other girlfriend, and her running towards us. That should have been really fearful, but it really wasn't. There was a part of me that was ready to talk this out. What the hell was I doing? No, honestly. So I think that, as I mentioned before, communication has always been one of my gifts. I'm still trying to hone where this communication piece comes in. Who am I supposed to be talking to? Right now, of course, it's us, and I'm talking to you, and I'm hoping that you're feeling this and so forth. But there's definitely some let me explain moments that have happened in my life because of how I see things. It's not only what's happening now, it's about the future, it's about other pieces, it's about what this connection meant. Like I put things together really fast in my head on if, and I come out with, obviously I was supposed to be here. Obviously this was supposed to happen this way. Like it's okay. Again, still learning my purpose, still trying to figure out, still trying to figure out where communication as my gift lands in my purpose. Who the heck is Tiffani supposed to be communicating to? I don't know. Long term, is it a podcast? It can't be because this is not going to fund me. You know what I'm saying? This is just our time together as we both try to figure out life's mysteries. But anywho, I go back. So I do remember that. And what I'm saying is, at every moment that something is happening, you have to know that you're in control of it. It is not happening to you. It is happening for you. It is happening as an awakening. It's happening as an opportunity for you to see the best in yourself, for you to understand your capability. And if you don't have it in you, then you partner with someone else who does have that missing skill that you don't have. And that's what makes that yin and yang. The best people in this world that we know who have been super successful have always had their other half with them. Not this other half, but other halves that make them whole in their purpose. There's a thing that goes with it. A lock goes with a key, right? We can continue to come up with these anomalies, but it's definitely something that says what is missing from you, you have to find in someone else and bring that together to make a whole. That's when you will truly be living in your purpose. The first thing that I will say is exposure to new things accelerates finding your purpose. How are you going to find your purpose if you don't already know it? And at this point, you should absolutely know what some of your gifts are, but your purpose may be taking a little bit longer to really uncover itself. But if you continue to do the same things over and over, going to the same places, hanging out with the same people, staying with the same mental zip code that you were in months ago, weeks ago, years ago, then you're going to have to know that you're not growing. Growth doesn't happen in repetition, it happens in disruption. Now, we're not talking theory here, right? I'm speaking from awareness, accountability. Our next level is going to require us to get uncomfortable, probably more uncomfortable than you've ever imagined. And that's what's taking you so long to actually find your purpose. Comfortable places, situations, people make it slower for you to progress because there's nothing wrong with what's happening in your life right now. There's nothing wrong with it. You've actually accepted it. As we said, you're living up to your minimal standards right now, but you've decided that this is enough for you right now. People talking about, not being able to pay for the price of milk, the price of gas, the price of this. If those are the people that you have surrounded yourself with, or if you are one of them, and you are not actively doing something that you have never done before, then you're pretty much saying that you agree with what's happening and you accept your fate the way it is today. If you truly want it to be better, as you've seen it for other people, as you know it can be for yourself, then you have to be willing to do something that you haven't done yet. And it can't just be setting the alarm clock to wake up tomorrow and go to work. Because you wouldn't be in this situation if work was able to pay the things that you actually wanted to have. Okay. So, I don't know who that was for, but take that with what you needed to. So, being uncomfortable. Comfort is a choice. We are not victims, HH fam. We're not victims. Anything that is not right in your life that you continue to go through right now is your choice. If every day you wake up with the same problem than you had yesterday, and you're not actively doing something about it to change said problem, then it's not a problem. It's something that you've accepted. So let's have a little mini reflection. And I want you to ask yourself, again, I can't hear you, and be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. It's not worth it. Trust me. What's one thing in your life that feels safe, but isn't truly serving you a purpose? Has it made you better? Has it made you smarter? Has it made you richer? Has it made you healthier? Has it made you anything? It hasn't done anything for you. It's just truly there. It's there if I need it, but without it, I would survive and I may find something better than it. Mm. And trust me, I did not say that that had to be a person. This could be a thing. It could be your home. It could be your car. It could be anything. But you know what that thing was that you just said. So hold that thought for a moment, and that thing, person, place, thing, whatever you came up with, hold on to that. And let's talk about the twist in that. So moving cautiously doesn't mean that you're standing still. Just because you do not get up and throw the plant in the garbage after you said it's the plant doesn't mean that you're not honestly moving in the right direction. We can be intentional with motion, but still move slowly and stay aligned. So let's not confuse pacing with parking our purpose. Slowly getting there, but you still have to be honest about movement at all. It's not a matter of saying the words, I'll get there one day. It's about showing action of how it was different than it was yesterday because of something that you did. In episode 15, we kind of chatted up the purpose of college. And some thinks that college or courses or trade schools isn't necessary to level up. And it's not for everyone. That's very true. But what I am certain of 100% is if you're stuck, and you know what I mean by stuck, your life has not gotten better in the last 2 years. It's been the same. You have the same job. Great. You have the same home. Great. You have the same car. Great. All those things can actually be super great if that's what you want. But if you have been trying to move for 2 years and haven't yet, that's not great. If your car has been in and out of the shop for 2 years and you really wanted a new car and you can't get one, then that's not great. Does that make sense? So the things that you have are not getting better over 2 years, then you are stuck. To get unstuck, you have to be willing to do something that you never did before. That's how you get unstuck. We were actually putting up an entertainment center. The screw went in, it went in sideways. We were trying to take it out, right, babe? And we were trying to take the screw out, couldn't get it out. Do you think if we kept on drilling with the drill, that it would have eventually came out? It wouldn't. The screw was warped in there, meaning it was just spinning itself in a circle. It won't come out that way. You got to get another tool. You have to bring another gift. You put it on the screw. You pull it out of the screw. You pull the wood. You got to do something else, or else the screw will keep spinning in place. There's no movement. So do you want the screw out or not? Okay. That was a good analogy, actually. And that just happened to us. Was that yesterday? I don't even know what day today is. That was yesterday. But here's the thing. College will help with those things. If you are of college age, going to college is exposure. Going to a trade school, enrolling in nursing school, putting yourself in a setting where you would actually be able to use some of the gifts that you have would be purposeful in obtaining your purpose. Oh, man. Oh, Tiff, come on now with it. So listen, it's not about the degrees or anything else. It's about giving yourself more opportunities, putting yourself around people who can value what your gifts are, maybe even help you. In one of the episodes, and that one, I don't remember the number of that one, but we talked about Zuckerberg and the fact that he went to college but dropped out. But in college, he met friends. He met friends that will help him later on in life, in his own life, to form Facebook. If he hadn't have went there, you don't get the opportunity to meet people that will help you grow. You have to go to places either you don't really want to be in, or make you uncomfortable, or it's someplace that you've never been before. That's how you are exposed to a way of thinking, a way of meeting new people, a way of seeing new things, a way of experiencing things, a way of just in your mind understanding that these things exist. You know, when you see something and you're like, I've never seen that before. Yeah, anything. A cherry on top of a piece of cake. If you've never seen it before, then you can't imagine that those things can be possible. Exposure allows you to understand that things are possible. You want to be able to test your grit, to test your discipline, and to adapt to things that make you feel uncomfortable, because the bigger goal says that you win something from doing it. Purpose works the same way. It demands investment, not comfort. As humans, we seek commonality. Look around at your work, your school, wherever you are in life. We cluster around what's familiar. We join book clubs, we go to wine and paints, we do karaoke nights with the friends, we do movie nights with the friends, all of the things that we do, right? We love a good tribe. But growth doesn't always live in that familiar place. Our purpose may actually just be hiding in a room that's full of people that we never met. So we honestly can't say that we want a life full of purpose if our daily decisions is only to find comfort. Let's do a pulse check real quick, HH fam. And this one, not only yes or no questions, but let's do some thought questions too. You ready? Are we funding comfort more than our calling? When was the last time that you put yourself in a room that made you feel unqualified and you stayed anyway? What area of your life is underfunded because fare is over budgeted? Stopping you. God, it's real. Okay. And are you waiting for perfect circumstances to fund your purpose? Because if you are, I hope you know by now, perfect does not exist. You have to be willing to jump in. Jump in, and then you tweak as you go. But waiting to perfect it, super not worth it. Who would you become if you actually funded your purpose today? So let me give you another homework assignment. Hopefully you did the last one. I don't even remember what it was, but I know that there was 3 questions that should have made you do something kind that week for somebody else at least. I know that that was one of them because that's always one of the things that I say to do for the week. And going back to the original homework assignment, which is like episode 2, is make your vision board. And some of you still think, oh, that's so lame. But in the meantime, you're not holding yourself accountable to the things that you actually want. So who's lame now? Now, this week, we're going to do, again, 3 things together. Ready? We're going to, step 1, uncomfortable space. Find an uncomfortable space. And I don't mean like going underneath the couch or something. You crazy? I mean, putting yourself in a meeting, a class, a conversation that you normally wouldn't put yourself in because it would scare you to not have all the answers or be in that setting without knowing exactly what to say. There's a lot of people who think right now that they need to know exactly what to say. God forbid you say something wrong or do something wrong. Again, that's an episode that we spoke about before, so I'm not going to go there right now, but you know what I mean. Second, make one decision that funds your purpose. Yeah, not your comfort. So make a decision to do something that you know is part of your gift right now, just to see what it feels like. Whether it's something to do or go to a place where you feel good, but you normally say, nah, I'm not going to go because I don't want whatever you come up with, whatever the fear is. 3, reflect on the quote, the master quote of your legacy. Write down one decision today that will make your future self proud, and then actively work towards it. You don't have to wait for that decision to be beautiful, wrapped in a bow, the package the way you wanted. It just needs to be a step in the right direction. So remember, our needs, our own needs, is a full investment. It's the biggest project that you will ever complete in your life. Yeah, come on, guys. You do a lot for other people, and all you keep saying to yourself is that you're not worth it. We can't do that anymore. We can't do it. Okay. So our time, our energy, our courage, curiosity, all of it, bundle it up and give it to yourself like a big pill. So if we're asking what's next for us, The answer is really simple. We're going to fund it, we're going to feed it, we're going to stretch, we're going to invest in ourselves. Purpose doesn't grow where comfort lives. So if you're scared, that's good confirmation that you're on track, right? So take a deep breath, let it out, and picture yourself doing the things that sparks your soul. Surround yourself with good energy, growth, and opportunity. Feel the excitement that you have when you're living in your purpose. Get used to that feeling and start to crave it. That's the life that we're looking to build. One choice at a time, baby steps. One uncomfortable setting at a time, baby steps. We're not here to be liked by everyone. We're here to be loved by the right ones. Are you ready to live in your purpose? Okay, then let's do it. Together, we make magic.